It's time for the Trucker John Livestream. Gonna be a good time. Oh yeah. The Trucker John Livestream. Come along for a good time. It's a good time, good time, good time, good time. Trucker John Livestream. Be a good time, gonna be the time of your life. Gonna talk some shit, hush your mouth. Gonna talk a little smack. Gonna talk whatever comes of it. You're gonna always wanna come back. Well yeah, it's the Trucker John Livestream. He's the biggest, baddest, funniest mother you've ever seen. Watch your mouth, he's headed south. Not even sure what that means, but if it's one thing I know, the Trucker John Livestream is the best thing you've ever seen. It's time for the Trucker John Livestream. Gonna be a good time. Oh yeah. The Trucker John Livestream. Come along for a good time. It's a good time, good time, good time, good time. Trucker John Livestream. Be a good time, gonna be the time of your life. Gonna talk some shit, hush your mouth. Gonna talk a little smack. Gonna talk whatever comes of it. You're gonna always wanna come back. Well yeah, it's the Trucker John Livestream. He's the biggest, baddest, funniest mother you've ever seen. Watch your mouth, he's headed south. Not even sure what that means, but if it's one thing I know, the Trucker John Livestream is the best thing you've ever seen.
Language alert, scroll on. I'd like to think the Biden administration and the DOJ are playing the long game, but we are running out of time. For the past several years, our system of governance has appeared either not to care about high crimes and treason, or more tragically, they have something to hide and are all protecting one another. Not sure. With the exception of a handful of brave public servants, thank y'all, we know who you are. The rest of you appear impotent and feckless. Foment an insurrection, assault women, deny housing to Black people, cheat in a presidential election or two, share classified documents, accept cash from foreign adversaries, and you are given the opportunity to violate the Constitution and win the highest seat in the land. But a Black man charged with possession, locked up. Get the fuck out of here. Churches that abuse children and women for decades with little consequence somehow remain open. They are then free to scapegoat and demonize innocent kids, women, and LGBTQ plus communities. It's a smokescreen. Do any of you fuckers with power actually give a shit about this country and the people in it? This is a fucking joke. A lack of courage and a lack of imagination will be the undoing of this country, you stupid fuckers. Is what I would say if I were angry. But I'm not there yet. Breathing. Carry on.
Denmark, I didn't know you had this in you. In response to the Assistant President Trump's offer to buy Greenland, this is what Denmark had to say. As we have stated, Greenland is not for sale. We have noted, however, that during the Trump regime, pretty much everything in the United States, including its government, is most definitely for sale. How could they say that? They make this counteroffer. Denmark would be interested in purchasing the United States in its entirety, with the exception of the government. Oh, and then they really double down. If Denmark's bid for the U.S. is accepted, the Scandinavian nation has ambitious plans for its new acquisition. We believe that by giving the U.S. an educational system and national health care, it could be transformed from a vast landmass into a great nation. Oh, Denmark.
This is a verbal letter to my friend of over 25 years who voted for him regarding why our friendship can never be the same again. You seemed confused when I was explaining my reasons in a global sense, so now I am going to tell you how your vote directly impacted me. You say you care about me, but your vote put mine and my daughter's bodily autonomy on the chopping block. Even if there's not a national ban, they are going after the Comstock Act. And they're trying to go after this, a medication that saved my life in 2014. Your vote for him can take away my mother's health insurance and Social Security, not to mention my patient's health insurance. Your vote for him will affect my daughter's ability to get a 504 plan, which she will likely need, and will cause a large majority of my patients to lose their IEPs and 504 plans, depriving them of their right to a decent education. Your vote for him is putting this guy as the head of the fucking health department. And amongst the hundreds of batshit crazy things this guy has said, he said he wants to stop all clinical drug trials for the next 8 years. So your vote is potentially preventing me from getting a cure to my celiac disease, because these drug trials will be stopped. Not to mention the drug trials for my patients that could benefit them greatly and save their lives, especially this one. Your vote puts my LGBTQIA patients in danger, and your vote for him will most certainly put me and my family in financial hardship, despite your wildly inaccurate belief about how he will improve our finances. I tried to talk to you about this several months ago and you didn't want to listen, so you prioritized inaccurate information over my human rights. Stop trying to tell me that he's not going to do those things, because only one of two things can be true. Either you believed everything he said and still chose to vote for hate and division and vileness and to vote for all the isms that are going to take people's rights away, or you didn't believe 95% of the things he said on the campaign trail yet still chose to vote for a pathological liar. I don't know which one's worse. The one option makes you really vile and the other option makes you really stupid. You say that I'm one of the smartest people that you know, yet chose to ignore me when I tried to educate you on this, because politics were quote-unquote annoying to you. Well, I'm so glad that as a white man, you still have that privilege of just being annoyed. Well, I have to fight for my daughter, my patient, my family's rights. So you say you care about me? No, you don't. You have the right to vote for whoever you want to vote for, but I have the right to walk away from people who I now know will not protect me. Does it make sense now?
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the moment you've been waiting for. Trucker John. All right. Good morning. Looks like everything's going through okay. I'm still with my little Christmassy background there. I thought I would stick with it because I like it. And that's usually how, I didn't decorate too much in the house today, the real house, not this virtual house. But that's normally how I would do things. As far as decorations, usually stay up till at least New Year's Day. Let's see, I guess we got volume. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Give me a thumbs up in the chat or something. Make sure volume's coming through. I have a green light, so I think we're good. It is 11:17 a.m. in the Pacific time zone here in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada. It is currently about, according to my watch, 57 degrees. I guess we're supposed to get to about 62 today. I think it looks like it's a little cloudy outside. Um, let's see. I'm hearing some volume coming back at me. I guess that's good. So anyway, let me look at the chat. I have top messages. I did create the goals to see if that would help. I don't know if that's going to help or not. I wasn't able to scroll back to the very, very beginning, so I'm not sure who was in here first. I saw some folks in here. I saw who you were, and I forget who was here, the very, very first ones. But thank you guys for being here, camping out, waiting for the show. Today was kind of a weird day as far as this being a House Parks after show. I know Hal was on really early for me. I think it was 6 a.m. here, but would be 9 a.m. Back east where he was at. I think he was in the Eastern time zone, doing his show from his cousin's basement, of all things. And he's either in the air or right now. I don't know. I don't know the exact schedule, but I believe he's on his way home to Vegas. And if he hasn't already arrived, he should be here shortly. I just watched the show on YouTube that they posted. So here we are, after show hangout. So it's still an after show hangout, but it's a little bit a different one with all the holiday schedules and holiday traveling. So anyhow, let me just say quick. Here's where I'm at in the chat. I'm at Brooklyn 471. I'm grooving to the music. So that was during the intro, I guess. So like I said, I didn't see the very first folks. Sorry about that, but technology. Let's see, but we got Chris Doug here, Breaker 19 for Radio Check. Breaker 19. Got your ears on. Nick Rich is here. Hey, Nick, good to see Nick. Michael McAndrews, that's the best thing you've ever seen. Best thing you've ever seen. That's right. Kevin Hawthorne says, good afternoon from Lakeland, Florida. Good old Lakeland, Florida. Probably in toasty over there. Ask Big Ten. That's a Big Ten Ford, good buddy. Progressively Independence here. Hello, everybody. Hello, everyone. Wes Webb. Hey, gang. Hello, Wes Webb. Good to see you. Happy holidays. Kayla Hella says, hello, mother truckers. And we got Aaron West and Jolie both checking in. That's the big mod squad. We're at full mod squad capacity. Got everybody in here. I was just checking out the chat on the on my iPhone is the very current one. The one I'm looking at down here on an iPad is a little bit behind. Okay, look at there. So we did get a $10. I guess that's Michael. I'm afraid to touch anything because I'm afraid that it won't work. I think I will scroll down to it, but it did activate the chat filter. So now I can do. I think the key is the $10 ones seem to be working. I don't know, but I do have all messages now. So thank you, Michael. That worked. Thank you so much for that donation to the show. If nothing else, it helps the show go to all messages, at least on my end here. So thank you so much, Michael. I'm going to scroll down. I'll get to your to the chat there, to see exactly what you said or whatever. Progressively Independent says most of them knew but voted because they don't want anyone. Okay, probably in reference to my intro. Yeah, and that's the things. That's where we're at, right? That's where we're at. And I guess we're going to keep saying it. Wes Webb says, stop trying to tell him what you know, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Chris Duck says, so I saw a quote from Trump. He said, all traffickers will be executed. When is Getz going on death row? Right. Getz is like, hey, Trump. God, cut that shit out, man. James Armio's here. Good to see James. Josh is here, telling Wes to calm down. Christina Weibel, hello, Christina, good to see you. Says, good afternoon from a blue dot in Florida. My sister and husband voted for that orange turd. I want nothing to do with them. Well, I guess we each handle this in our own way. This is tough. It's a tough one. Rosanna, it was very nice, John. I'm not sure what was very nice, but I'm glad it was very nice. as far as the holidays, maybe Brooklyn, I didn't bother decorating. Um, I would have thrown up some lights, but I'm not going to go out and buy new lights when I have a whole storage facility full of Christmas decorations. So someday when I get my stuff up here, and even though I'm in an apartment, I would probably put some lights around the window or something. You know what I mean? I guess I could have. I guess I'm being cheap. I could have bought a little string of lights, but I just didn't get around to it. Josh, I can see the lawn again here today. I guess the snow's melting. Paul Burrows is here. Says raining like a cow pissing on a fat rock in Lewiston, Idaho. That's probably a pretty heavy downpour, I would imagine. Greetings. Chris Doug says greetings from the blue states of sanity. Scrolling on down here. Chris Doug says miserable mist and rain here in, is that North New Jersey? I guess, right? North New Jersey. Michael McAndrews, Hal is traveling. Yep, I kind of went over that. Kellahella is here. Rest in peace, Flora. Yeah, Johnny Million's cat, Flora, passed away. And after living a very long life, and Johnny Million, what was it, Catcade? He was promoting, was it catcade.org or catcade.com? I don't know. Might have been a .org, but it was a thing for people who have cats, and it was a cat related thing. So that you want to check that out. Nick Rich, WCPT show ended about 20 minutes ago. Yep, I'm aware. Butterflies are free. Hey there, Chugga John. Hello, chat. Hello, butterflies are free. Good to see you. Thanks for checking in, hanging out with us for a little bit here. So I'm just now coming to the Michael McAndrews super chat. Thank you so much, Michael. It says got to be able to see the top of the chat, I guess. So yeah, when you did that, here's I try to explain it. I don't know if I'm explaining it right, but on the device that I'm watching the show on, there's a chat filter, and you can go to top messages, all messages, and then for me, since I'm doing the show, there's another choice for fan funding, and that's where I can see whenever someone does like a super chat, like Michael did, or super sticker, or even a gifting, or if they bought a membership. I think that all shows up on the fan funding. But for some reason on my device and on my iPhone, it's happening on both. On my channel here, I'm not getting the chat filter. But when Michael did the super chat, the chat filter appeared. And I was able to go to all messages. And then once I did that, now the chat filter's gone. So that means if I go to another page to check something out and come back to it, I'll be back to top messages. So now I have to stay on here. Or if I go away from this page for even one little millisecond, it'll go back to top messages, and I'll be stuck there, and I'll have to have someone else do it, probably a $10 super chat. Because I've noticed, I thought it was just any super chat or super sticker, but it seems to be working with the $10 one. So I don't know. Thank you, Michael. I appreciate you so much. Thanks for helping us along here. Bruce is here. Let those truckers roll. Hello, Bruce. Good to see you. Let's see. We got everyone's thanking Michael, as they should. And I'm rolling on down the chat here. Oh, Chris Doug says payment issue, because Chris Doug was talking about this earlier shows. Chris Doug says payment issue has been resolved by YouTube. They jumped to it when they realized they were not getting their cut. Well, I'm glad to hear that was straightened out. And like I said, I really have nothing to do with that. I mean, if there's any issues, you got to just go right to YouTube, because they, like I said, they get their cut, and they're the ones that handle all of that. So, but I'm glad that got worked out for you. Teresa TAK is here. Good to see Teresa. Thanks for being here, hanging out with us in the old driver's lounge as we hang out after House Sparks. Look at there, we got Tanya Johnson enjoying the background. Thank you, Tanya, with a $5 super chat, I guess. Thank you so much. Yeah, I thought I'd keep that on for another day. Maybe on Tuesday's show, I'll do something a little more New Year's Eve looking. That's the great thing about green screens. I can do all kinds of stuff. But yeah, thank you, Tanya. That was your first super on a live stream. So congratulations. And I'm glad you did it here on the Trucker John Show. There's Carol DeBurris is here. Hello, Carol? Is it Carol or Carell? DeBurris is in the chat. Thanks for being here. We got Nick Rich. Nick Rich in there. There's Marsha. I think Marsha was one of the early folks that was in here and was eager to get the show going. Here's Josh. Says, I got my van back from the shop yesterday. I love that thing. 91 Chevy G20. Runs like a top. I guess. Oh yeah, yippee! I didn't give the yippies, and that was the thing. So yippee to Tanya and yippee to Michael. By the way. Yeah, I was remiss. But thank you so much. I do appreciate you. And there's Brooklyn in Y47 member for 1 month. Hey, I love being a trucker. Well, thank you. Thanks for being a member. That's so awesome. Thank you for supporting the show and being a member. And one of these days, I will get my act together and I will do some extra stuff for you members. Extra shows or something. I'll get that figured out. But thank you so much. And here's Jolie's got the link to the donate memory of Flora, Johnny Million's cat or kitty. And there it is. Yeah, it is www. I didn't say thecatcade.org. And there it is. And you can check that out and you can donate. And I guess there's a lot of things to do on that. So you might want to check that out. Look at there, Chris Doug with a $9.99 super chat. Thank you so much, Chris. Yippee to Chris Doug. I got to remember to do that. And thank you so much. I appreciate you helping out the show, helping us to grow and improve. Hopefully, David in Grand Prairie, Texas, is here. Says, "How can this be really live?" Hal and Johnny. Well, I'm live. Hal and Johnny's live show ended hours ago. Santa Trucker John time. Well, my show can be live. It doesn't matter what time their show was, and it is after. It's still an after show. Whether it's been 3 hours ago or 6 hours ago, it's still an after show. And the one that I just watched just ended at like Nick Rich said like 30 minutes ago. So anyhow, I know, but we're having fun. We're just having fun. But thanks, Dave, for being here. And look at there, Rosanna. Yippee! Look at there, $19.99 super chat, wishing for peace and love to you and all my friends here at Trucker John Live. Thank you so much, Rosanna. Awesome. Yippee! I'll give you another yippee. Thank you. You guys are awesome. You guys are just too kind, really. Just too kind, and you're all going above and beyond, all you folks. But thank you so much. Even Wes Webb let out a yippee. Yippee! And look at there, Teresa. It looks like Teresa TAK is a member. Welcome to Driver. Thank you, Teresa, for becoming a member. And like I said, I'm going to figure out something extra for the members. You know, I got to do a little something extra. You know, we'll take care of you. Butterflies are free. I love the generosity. You're very generous. You guys are awesome. Very, very awesome. And remember, you can also, great way to support the show, like, subscribe, and share. Share. And let's get those subs up. I'd like to catch up to Hal. Hal's at over 80,000. I'd like to at least have 80,000 myself. Or at least half. Could I at least get half of what Hal has? But anyhow, enough of that. Enough of me. Enough about me. What's going on with you? Now, I have been posting, let's see, do I have this up and ready? Let's see here. Oh, shoot, I didn't download that, did I? Let's see if I can do this real quick. There's that one. Okay, so there's that. Have you guys seen this little ditty? I was watching, what's her name? Jessica Diamond or whatever. She's talking about this. She's getting this. This is where I got it from, is from her page. They've got this nowmarch.org. They want to do a big march. They want to meet up on January 3rd in Washington, D.C. The actual march, I don't think, is going to be on the 3rd. I think the 3rd is like a meetup day. But if you go to March or nowmarch.org, you can find all the details. And this is talking about Section 3 of the 14th Amendment. And whether or not, don't get your hopes up, folks, of whether this will actually happen, where Trump will be disqualified and won't receive the electoral votes because he is an insurrectionist. He led an insurrection against this country. So according to Section 3 of the 14th Amendment, he is no longer eligible to hold office in this country. But whether or not, the people in Congress would have the backbone to uphold this, I wouldn't hold my breath on that. But still, I think it's worth talking about. I think it's worth promoting it and getting it out there, and at least getting out. If you can go to Washington D.C. and participate in this peaceful march, then I would urge everyone to do it. And if you can't go, then I urge everyone to promote this day, promote it, share it. Talking about sharing, I'm always talking about sharing my show. Share that page, share that meme, I guess. Share that issue of the 14th Amendment, Section 3. I think it's worth, let's get that into the mainstream. Sometimes that's how things get done, if enough people are talking about it, we can kind of force the issue. Like I said, don't hold your breath that Trump isn't going to get sworn in. I wouldn't get too excited about that, but I think it's good to get this out into the mainstream, this conversation. So there it is. Right there, nowmarch.org. I think you can get all the information on that. And I think I'm not sure if that's the one where I was looking at, but I was reading some articles on this, and Lawrence Tribe, he's a big smarty pants when it comes to the law and when it comes to the Constitution, and he's the one they're quoting him as saying, Trump is disqualified from taking the oath of office, and he should not receive those electoral votes that are, so anyhow, I think we should promote it. I think this is a thing that's worthy of promotion. So if you guys want to do that, then let's do that. All right, Chris Doug, we gotta keep the convoy rolling. Yeah, keeps the convoy rolling with your donations and with your liking, your subscribing, your sharing, your being here, participating. That is all helps keep us rolling here. Josh says, I'll become a member if we get to meet your neighbor's chicken. Josh really, really wants to meet that chicken. All right, Josh, next time I'm out and about, if I see the chicken, I'll at least whip out the old camera phone here and take some video of it or a picture of it and post it right here on the Trucker John channel. Paul Burrows, Sonny and Cher. I don't know. Dean Martin. I don't know. Julie Andrews. I don't know. Are we just yelling out names now? Like 60s pop artists. Rosanna says, Jolie, I didn't get a tag when I joined. I tried paying again, and then they said I was already a member. Anthony Ruminiak is here. Says, Jolie, hi there. What a crazy day on the streams. Has it been a crazy day on the streams? Linda Dowd says, watching The Old Exorcist. Oh, there we go. We were talking big time on our last show about The Exorcist. So maybe that's what brought that up. You know. Let's see. We got Ask. Says, Denison. I must have missed something. Are we just throwing out names? Anyhow, Robert Perez. Hey, Robert Perez good. Says, if MAGA is having a civil war, are we cannon fodder? I don't know if we're cannon fodder, but we might be. We're more like collateral damage, I think. You know, I'm not sure if we're the. I think the maggots might be the cannon fodder, but I think we might be the collateral damage if we, by in some way. Anthony Ruminiak says, at West Web, I'm doing real well. Little dismal weather here, but lots of football makes it okay. I know, and that's the thing. I don't have the NFL. I think the only way you can get the games today are on the NFL, whatever they call it, NFL package, NFL whatever. And I don't have that, and I was looking at just go ahead and buying it because the Rams are on tonight. So I might do that because I really want to watch that Rams game. But after the show, I'll figure all that out. The other two games are on. I guess they've already started, but or the first one. But anyhow, as long as I can get to see the Rams game. James Jaramillo says, how the hell have Luke Beasley and Adam Mogler gotten so many more subscribers than Hal and Tucker? Yeah, really. What's up, guys? What's up with that? Well, for one thing, I don't know why they have more than Hal. I know why they have more than me. Because they are immensely more talented than I am. I mean, those kids are sharp as tacks. They're smart. And they've been out. They get out there and they mix it up with the maggots. They put out really good content. So I can see why Adam and Luke and Hal have more than me. And I know he was kind of tongue in cheek and everything, but yeah, we're doing good. Hey, 3,680 or whatever it is. We're doing good, man. Like I said, a year ago I had 180. So you guys are awesome. You guys are awesome, man. Michael McAndrews is plainly spelled out in the Constitution. Yes, it is very plainly spelled out. Now they need to enforce it, right? Let's enforce it. Chris Doug, it's about the certification. The Democrat Republicans cannot get it together. Rosanna says, yay, it's about time someone else is talking about it. Deduce Laborde says hi. Hello, Deduce Laborde. I don't know if I've ever seen you in the chat before, so thanks for being here and welcome. And I hope you do like, subscribe, and share the show. That would be awesome if you do that for me. Dave in Grand Prairie Terrace, Texas Electoral College, do the right thing this time. Yeah, I thought that was the purpose of the Electoral College, was to make sure that we don't get any fucking, just complete whack job kooks in the White House. That was supposed to be one of their jobs, I thought. Josh, how about the Logan Act violations? Yeah, well, I think that's a separate issue. As far as like leading an insurrection against the country or something like that, but I think he definitely should be, penalized. I don't know. Do you take him to court on that? Is it a court issue, or is that just how's that done? Or is that something Congress does? But yeah, definitely that should not be forgotten. That should not be, overlooked. Julie says, Rosanna, do you still show a join button under John's video? Paul Burrow's 14.3. Yeah, that's the Constitution. Rosanna, thanks a lot, Trucker John. You're welcome, and thank you, Rosanna. Thank you. And I know I'm always looking down because I'm looking down to read the chat. So, I should look into the camera and say thank you. Thank you, Rosanna. Thank you, all of you guys, for being here. I sincerely mean that from the bottom of my heart. Brooklyn, Pi Day, 314. Don't forget Pi Day. It's coming up. Brooklyn, New York is getting ready for it. You got 3 months, but yeah. Circle that on your calendar. The Deuce Laborde says bullshit. Get excited about it. The Deuce Laborde says hold your breath and stand up for America. Well, okay, yeah, maybe. I guess I'm a little hesitant because I remember in 2016 I made videos where I was like pleading and I was practically crying, literally, and beseeching, I guess, the Electoral College to do the right thing. Or and I was and I did have a lot of sort of misinformation, I guess, about recounts in general, just in the not even the Electoral College, but the popular vote, and how that could somehow change the election and switch the election. But so I've just heard all these things before, and I know this is different. I mean, this is a whole different thing because now we have them. Now we have the goods on him. We have him. Trump being an insurrectionist. He was fucking impeached for it, for Christ's sakes. And there's a Colorado court that came with their decision that he was responsible for the insurrection that happened on January 6, 2021. So, now we have the actual goods. In 2016, it was more like something was wrong. We know something was wrong. We know there was Russian heavy Russian influence, but it's two different things. Now this is actually something concrete. So you're right. I mean, yeah. Deduce the Lord, be brave enough to try. Exactly. We should all get behind that and encourage our representatives to get behind this, Nick Rich says the Constitution is supposed to be the law of the land, including the 14th Amendment, Section 3. Exactly. Why ignore that one, Brooklyn is still promoting Pie Day. Okay, I'm going to circle that on my calendar and make sure I have a nice, tasty pie to eat on Pie Day. David Windler says the person who swears Trump in is aiding and abetting. And I believe that's the Supreme Court Chief Justice, John Roberts, I believe, right? Or do they get to choose their person? I forget. I'm sure you guys could, in the chat, could enlighten me on that one. Let's see. Asks David Windler, that would be John fuck R. I guess that was John Roberts. Okay, yeah. That I just said. Let's see. Teresa says, trust me, I feel Trump is screwed and will fail because he is a dumb MF. I'll let you figure out what MF means. And a failure and lazy. Do not forget, golfs all the time, moron he is. Well, that's true. And that is, and we should probably be thankful for that, because if he was someone who had some ambition and even just the energy or whatever, then we'd be 2 or 3 or 4 times as screwed as we are. So thankfully he does just goof around all day and he plays golf, but he's still going to get his administration. If he gets sworn in and he takes office, his administration, they're going to be doing some harm. They're going to be doing some damage. But yeah, your point's taken. That he's a screw up, and he's a slacker, and thank goodness for that. Otherwise, it would be 10 times as bad, probably. Hey, AM, there's AM. Hello, Trucker John. Greetings from New Jersey. From New Jersey. You from Jersey? You from Jersey? I'm from Jersey. I'm not really from Jersey. But thanks, AM. Thanks for being here. Good to see you. Michael McAndrews says, correct context is important. Yes, it is. It is very important. Let's see. We got Midas Kevin's here. Hey, Midas Kevin. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us over here in the old driver's lounge. Denora Balde says, well, I'm liking this channel. Well, I'm glad you like it. Denora, make sure you like, subscribe, and share. As I always, whenever I see a new name, I always like to throw that out there and emphasize how important those things are. Help keep the show going and growing. But welcome. Thank you for being here. Bruce says, how about those Bears? God damn it. Excuse my French, everyone. But when you bring up the Bears, Thursday night was the Bear. Was that Thursday night, right? The Bears in Seattle. Of course, I'm a Rams fan, so of course I'm rooting for the Bears. And the Bears couldn't even score 7 gosh darn points to beat the Seahawks, who could only score 6 points against the pathetic Bears. So, the Seahawks, you're pathetic because you could only score 6 points against a very pathetic team, the Bears. And the Bears, oh man, come on. I didn't know you were that bad. You couldn't even outscore, 6 points from your opponent. And they had chances. They had opportunities. As I was watching that game, every time the Bears would get something going, they just shoot themselves in the foot. So, you Bears are pathetic. But anyhow, Rams are going to hopefully kick the Cardinals' butts tonight. And I think that locks it in for the Rams if they can win tonight, and that'll pretty much knock Seattle out. So, but the Bears were pissing me off. I was like, come on. They got a field goal, so it was 6-3. And it was like, all you got to do is just get in the end zone, and this thing's over. And they couldn't even do that. They look, their offensive line is horrible. That's what it is. I think the quarterback, Caleb Williams. I think he's pretty good, right? He wasn't USC, wasn't he Heisman or something? I think that kid could be a good quarterback if he has. You got to have a good line. Even Tom Brady isn't that good if he didn't have a line. You got to have enough time to throw, get comfortable back there a little bit. So anyhow, West Webb Hal and his Trump bashing are getting boring. Well, probably because to you it's getting boring because you're a Trump humper. So Michael McAndrews says to Denora, this is one of the best rooms. One of the best? One of the best, Michael? Don't you mean the best? I'm just kidding. I saw Michael McAndrews in House Chat yesterday saying that House Chat was the best chat in the world. And I was almost going to go I was almost going to call out Michael and go, Michael, in House Chat. I was almost going to go at Michael McAndrews. I think you mean Trucker John's chat is the best chat in the whole wide world. But I didn't want to get, argumentative. I'm willing to take a back seat to Hal. I'm willing to take, to be second only to Hal in terms of chat. Denora Balde says, make sure is right, and I don't want any problems. Don't want any problems, yeah, me either. Chris Egg says, the electoral carnage. West Webb, I don't really want much of anything, Rich. I'm just getting tired of all the hating. I'd like it to go away. It goes away when the right wing stops instituting all their hate upon the rest of us. What are we supposed to do, Wes? Just sit here and take it? I don't think so. I don't think so. So Denora Balde says, hi, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too. Linda Dowd's here. I'm sorry, going to watch Exorcist. Okay, all right. Go watch The Exorcist. Thanks for being here for what time you were here, and go get scared. Go get yourself scared. But thanks for being here. Nick Rich says love is the answer, Wes. Surfer Norm says by the way, good to see Surfer Norm here. Surfer Norm says the electoral college's job is to overwrite democracy in case slavery was overturned. There's a lot of theories on the electoral college. Yes, it is, but I think most of us would agree that it is antiquated and should be done away with. But since it's here, let's enforce this section of the 14th Amendment. West Webb, there is a reason for the electoral college and why it will never go away. And I think if there was ever a reason to actually use it, this is the time. America does not need a Donald Trump. The world does not need a Donald Trump in the White House. Since we are the number one super bad country in the world, I mean super bad. I didn't mean like we're bad. I meant like super bad, like cool. Super bad motherfuckers. We're like the super bad motherfuckers of the world. Number one, we're the top dog. So who the president is doesn't just affect us, it affects the whole entire planet. It's a huge, huge responsibility. It's a huge, huge task. Donald Trump is not up to that task. And he's going to be doing things that's going to affect the whole world, and it's going to be in a I think mostly in a negative way, right? And I thought that the Electoral College, at least on the surface, what some people claim is that um, it was supposed to sort of prevent this from happening. It was supposed to prevent someone like a Trump taking office, someone who is not qualified, and he's not qualified. And we've already seen what he does. We saw how he did in the first one. We saw how he intentionally mishandled the COVID pandemic, which resulted in the deaths of at least 500,000 extra people. And some people say 1 million, but at least 500,000 unnecessary deaths. It's just in our country alone, let alone how much that reverberated out into the world. So, I hope that they do. I hope they do the right thing. But like I said, I'm just saying, don't hold your breath. And I know we had another person here got sort of I don't know if offended is a word, but had issue with that. And I understand. Let's not be timid. I guess if we're going to do it, let's do it. But I guess I've just been burned too many times before for me to get all excited about something. The kids are running around, man. I'm glad. I don't think this mic is picking up the noise, but these kids, God love them, they're on spring or on Christmas break, little kids, and they are running around on the second floor. And it's like it's like an earthquake in here or something right now. Anyhow, Jolie says, yeah, so Republicans still win at West Webb. West Webb, a balance between rural and urban areas, Josh. That is Wes's thing. He seems to think that, whatever. I'm not going to get into it with that. It's just ridiculous. He has this ridiculous things about the rural areas are being ignored by the Democrats. I lived in rural areas my whole fucking life. And then not once did I feel like I was being ignored by the Democrats. Oh, my neighbor is yelling at the kids. and justifiably so. She's telling, because there is a playground right across the little street here. I mean, it's in the complex. They have a really nice playground they can go play in. So she's telling them, go to the playground, and not to be running up there. So, and it sounds like it stopped. So thank you, Joy. Joy, my neighbor. Um, anyhow, where was I at in the chat? Michael McAndrew says the electoral college thing was misused. West Webb Jolie, Trump won the popular vote this time. That's true. He did win the popular vote, but since we're using the electoral college system, since Trump is an insurrectionist, they can not count his electoral college votes, and that would give the electoral college votes to Kamala Harris. And then Kamala Harris would be the president. Josh says, so you believe that urban folks would screw the rural areas? Now, I think that's in reference to Wes's always his thing about the poor, downtrodden rural folks not having their needs addressed by. I think he always blames Democrats for doing that, for not doing that. I guess. Michael McAndrews, education is good. I agree wholeheartedly. James Jaramillo says Brooklyn. Talking to Brooklyn, New York. He's going to be at least by me soon enough. Okay. Mid-thread or mid-thread on a conversation. I probably shouldn't have read that. Chris Doug, always the Chief Justice. As far the swearing in, we were talking earlier about who swears in. Yeah, so it'll be Chief Justice Roberts. Grand Prairie, David in Grand Prairie, Texas says rural folks come to town all the time. The fucking shills laughing out loud. What the hell? West Webb, they already do. In Illinois, Josh, Chicago sucks up all the money and power. That's because that's where all the fucking people in Illinois, all the fucking people, okay? And I know it's not all, but the overwhelming majority of people are in Chicago and the Chicago metro area. So of course, that's where the majority of the money is going to go. That's where the majority of, I don't mean by power, but that's it only stands to reason. That's how it works, Wes, everywhere in the country. Robert Perez says, pity on Laura Loomer. She got dumped by Trump for Elon Musk. Boo fuckity who. Yeah. That's funny, Robert. That's a good one. David in Grand Prairie, Texas says, rural types coming to Chicago to get sucked. The hypocritters. Well, it is the Windy City. I guess, is that what they meant by windy? I don't know. Josh says, Wes, I grew up in Illinois and I live in rural New York. I don't think either state ignores the rural population. Hey, Big Dog. Big Dog NC's here. Good to see you. Hello back at you. Wes Webb says, rural poverty is worse than urban poverty. There is less help. Oh. Tim Farrell's here. Hello, gang. Hi, Tim. Good to see you. Good to see old Tim in the old chat room as we hang out for a little bit. Denora Balde, I like this channel. And I like you. So thanks for being here. I'm scrolling down here. I'm trying to get stuff where I'm not too much mid-thread, where I've missed conversations. Josh says, Wes, I'll agree rural poverty is a problem, but I don't think it's necessarily worse than urban poverty. And somehow Wes always wants to blame Democrats for this problem, instead of it just being, just sort of the way things work out. Rosanna says, I was saying before that your Christmas background was very nice to look at. Besides your plain old wall, laughing out loud. I like your wall. Just kidding. Oh, okay. Um, yeah, because you had said something, and I had read it later, and I couldn't remember what that was in reference to. But yeah, it's nice to have a nice little Christmassy thing for a while, and then you know, because here's the other one I could do. Let's see. I could do. I could do one of these. Look at there. Now it looks like I'm back in the old spot. Uh, that's just a picture of because before I was doing the show live. It's right. I what I did is I just turned everything like this, so then my back would be against this wall over here, and I wasn't using the green screen, but now I am using the green screen. I just took a picture of it, and so I don't have to move things around. If I ever want to go back to this one, I can just do this one, and I don't have to move everything all around. I can just stay right here. So there's that, or or I can go back to this. I'll keep it on Christmas today, since we're still just coming off of Christmas. Anyhow, let's see. Robert Perez says, I thought you're not supposed to poke a bear, but these bears need a poke, and they asked to get him to move. Paul Burrows should have used a football bat. Dave in Grand Prairie, Texas, are you a real Trump humper? Wes, what the hell, dude? Well, I don't know if he's a Trump humper. I just said that to be mean. Sometimes I'm a little mean to Wes Webb. But here's Wes. He says, I don't like Trump at all, but we are stuck with him for the next 4 years. Are we supposed to be miserable about it? Well, you know what? You can be whatever you want to be about it. Yeah, I don't know if I want to be miserable for 4 years, but I also I'm not happy about Trump being president, and I'm not going to let him get away with anything. All the shit that he's going to be pulling off, I'm going to be right here on this channel yelling it from the rooftops, or whatever. I don't know. I looked up, um, you know, exposing Trump for all of his stupid bullshit that he's going to do. We can't be silent about that. We got to make sure the world knows all the bad that he's doing or that he's going to do. Big Dog says, "How Showtime messed me up this morning. I'll be glad when the holidays are over." Yeah, it was different, definitely different. Michael Andrews says, "I knew you would say something, John, when I wrote that on our show, laughing out loud." Well, I was going to, and I don't think I did. Right? I don't know if you saw it. I don't think I did, but I was gonna call you out specifically, Michael, and go, Michael, I think you mean my show. But that's funny that you thought that. Nick Rich says, didn't take long for John and Wes. Where's the cookie? I know, we're not even into the new year yet, and we're already fighting. We're not fighting that badly, though. Josh says, no, Wes, we are supposed to delight in calling out hypocrisy. Right, let's call it out. Let's do it. Let's do this. Let's do this. Kelly Hella says, Wes can become quite tiresome. It is what it is. Quite, to be honest, I think Wes Webb's a really smart dude. I've seen him on other platforms, in other way, where he is very sensible and posts a lot of really, I think, insightful, meaningful things. He comes on these chats on YouTube, and he just I think is just kind of trolling us, but in a way, I think I'm hoping in a way to make us think outside the box. Maybe I'm giving Wes way too much credit. I don't know. Because here he is. West Webb says, not even POTUS yet. Why are some of you miserable already? I don't know if we're miserable, Wes. I think we just are very disappointed and sad and upset. Okay. But not miserable. God damn it. I'm not miserable. I'm just sad and upset. All right? How dare you call me miserable? I'm sad and upset and despondent, but I'm not miserable, god damn it. All right, moving on. Moving on. Chris Doug says the Electoral College is obsolete. I think so, and if we're gonna have them, since we have them, we're stuck with them until the Constitution gets amended. The only way to get rid of the Electoral College is to amend the Constitution. So until then, let's utilize it for what I think it was meant for, or what people have claimed it was meant for. But it might have been actually meant for something else. But the claim has always been it's there, as this sort of stopgap or this sort of protection against getting a traitor in there, an actual traitor, an insurrectionist, someone who doesn't like democracy, someone who wants to destroy democracy. That's what some of the claims have been, that's why the Electoral College exists. Now, of course, a lot of people will bring up, well, it was about the slave states giving them their power, et cetera, et cetera. We know all those arguments, but the one that they said that the real reason is to keep out people that would be harmful to the republic, harmful in a way that would destroy it. You know what I mean? Josh says the Electoral College is a construct of an age of illiteracy and snail mail. Yeah, it's definitely outdated and antiquated, but let's use it. Since it's here, let's use it to our fucking favor, to our advantage, Chris Doug says 90 million eligible voters sat out this past election. That is a travesty. It is. It is. And I've been trying to think, like, why did that happen? And is it, I guess the Democrats and Kamala Harris failed to give those folks a reason to get up and vote. I mean, you have to give them something besides just these campaign slogans. You know what I mean? There has to be. There just wasn't enough people that said, "Oh God, I need to get out there." So I mean, I guess we didn't place enough emphasis. Maybe Kamala Harris didn't place enough emphasis on what she could offer. It was more of what we're gonna lose with Trump instead of what she could bring. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm no Cliff Schechter, so I'm no Texas Paul. I'm not a political analyst or strategist. So, but we did fail, and by we I just mean we Democrats, or the Democratic Party. Since I'm a lifelong Democrat, I guess I'll include myself in that. But the Democrats failed in getting enough people motivated to vote. You have to motivate folks. Now, of course, the 70 million or whatever votes that she got, those are the registered Democrats by and large, and those are some of the left-leaning independents. Those are the folks that are, she got basically all the folks that will always vote. Trump got all the folks that are always going to vote for Republicans, and then just a little bit more. And it was just enough in each state that made the difference, right? And so he just got a little bit more, 1.4% more. And so what that 90 million, that's what you need to tap into. And you need to figure out a way to motivate those folks to get to the polls. Now, I thought she did going into it. If you recall, I went on Liberal Dan's show and I went into this chat many times and I said she's going to win by, Biden beat Trump by 8 million votes. She's going to beat him by 16 million votes. I said that more than once. And I'm very embarrassed now because I was so far off. But I didn't take into consideration, or I didn't think that those folks out of that 90 million chunk, I didn't know that there were so many of them that didn't feel motivated to vote. I thought, because I saw the Harris rallies. I went to one here in Las Vegas. I saw the excitement. I felt the excitement. I was at the rally in Vegas. I almost felt like I was going to cry out of joy seeing Harris come out on the stage. And I thought, I'm witnessing history here. I'm watching the next president of the United States, a female person of color, and she's a great person, and she's going to be a great president. I was literally, I had to wipe my eyes. I got a little misty. I got a little misty there, and so I really thought she was hitting it, man, but apparently not. You need to do something. That 90 million that we're talking about, that eligible voters that don't vote, you don't need all 90 million of them, but like I said, if you can get 20 or 30 million of them, you got more than enough to win. So I thought she was going to do it. I thought there just seemed to be such a big excitement. And she raised over $1 billion and all this kind of stuff. She kicked Trump's ass in the debate, and he wouldn't debate again because he was such a chicken shit. He knew he got his ass kicked, so he didn't have balls enough to debate her a second time. I thought she had it. I thought she was motivating, but apparently not. There's something missing. There was something missing in her campaign speeches or in her campaign ads or whatever that just didn't ignite something in that 90 million that we needed to get a few tens of millions of those folks activated, or motivated enough to go out and vote. All right, so I'm kind of mid-thread on all these conversations. Nick Rich, the kids are having a great time. So you could hear him? Was that picking up or the mic? Michael McAndrew says, I got COVID when I went to the Sexy Liberal show. Goddamn Sexy Liberal show. In Chicago, thankfully, I was vaccinated because COVID could be bad. Yeah, good thing, because that will make your symptoms much more milder than if you were unvaccinated. So, Chris Doug says Trump may not have won the popular vote if every freaking eligible voter cast a ballot. We are going to suffer because of their indifference. I guess there's plenty of blame to go around. Yeah, but I mean, we need to do a better job. We as Democrats, we as the Democratic Party need to do a better job, like I say, of getting those people interested. We're like I said, we're going to have our base, our 67 or 70 million, or they're going to show up. That's not enough. Out of that 90 million, we need to get another 10, 15, 20 million at least. We can't count any of those margins out, Nick Rich says 12 noon, so I'm 17 minutes back. I'm 17 minutes behind in the chat. So I'm going to probably scroll down a little bit here. Paul Sharkey Mannion's here. I haven't seen Paul Sharkey Mannion in a while. Says, hello, TJ and Trucklers. Hope you had a happy Christmas. I got out of the hospital Xmas Eve, feeling a lot better. Great to see MAGA and Musk at each other's throats. Well, first of all, I either didn't know or I forgot that something's going on with you and you were in the hospital. So I'm glad you're out of the hospital and feeling a lot better. Thank God for that. I'm glad you're feeling better. And yeah, thank you so much, and I hope you had a great holiday. Although you were in the hospital, so but I hope things are getting better for you, and that this will be a good New Year for you. You know, best of luck for 2025, everybody, and for Paul Sharkey Mannion. Let's see. Faye Payton says, "I love Jack Dorsey." Hey, Faye Payton, by the way, thanks for being here. Good to see you. I'm not sure if I've seen you before, so I just want to welcome you to the Trucker John live stream. And Jack Dorsey, of course, the original founder of Twitter, who I believe now has started Blue Sky, right? And a lot of us are on Blue Sky, and I'm over there. I'm up to 1,700 followers. Thank you very much. I know Fancy. I don't think Fancy's here yet today, but Fancy's got like 60,000 of them. Good for Fancy. But let me scroll on down since I'm so far behind. Rosanna with a super sticker, $1.99. Thank you so much, Rosanna. Even though that's a super sticker, not a super chat, I'll still give you a yippee. I give everybody yippies. Yippee hippy dippy. Big Dog says, need a New Year's ball drop background. Yeah, I'll probably find something like that for New Year's. Server Norm says, since rural areas usually vote conservative Republicans, why should Democrats be blamed? Cool, the background reversed. Peyton TMZ bad. Jolie says, glad you got home for Christmas, Paul Sharkey. Hope you're feeling better. Faye Peyton Zuckerberg, very bad. Yeah, all those billionaire kiss-ups, they're all kissing Trump's ass. We've got Rosanna with another 99-cent super sticker. Yay, yippee to Rosanna. And another one I see down there. Yippee. Rosanna coming in with those stickers and really kind of brightens the place up. Thank you, Rosanna. Appreciate you so much. Chris Doug says, waste wimp just wants attention. Ignore him, another man baby. Oh, you're talking about WW? I don't know. I don't know about that. Ginger's mom says, let's watch season 2 of Squid Games. It just came out. Yeah, I know. It's on my list. My now I think infamous Netflix list, where I am just now watching season 5 of The Blacklist that came out this season. I think came out in 2017. I think that's where I'm at on my. I might not wait so long for Squid Games because I did see the first Squid Games first season. So I might not wait 10 years or 8, whatever, 7 years to get to that one. Hopefully I won't wait that long. But yeah, it's out. It came out, I guess, yesterday, last night. Brooklyn says West might be a woman. AM says, are we really stuck with him? I don't think so. I can't see an insurrectionist as a president of these United States, nor is the world ready for it. AM, I don't see why we should be stuck with him. It's like we might as well have Benedict Arnold as president at this point. Hey, Floyd Price is here. Floyd says, yeah, we're not miserable. That motherfucker just won't quit talking, and the stupidity that comes out of his mouth just makes your skin crawl. Exactly. Hey, look at here. Notorious GRG. I know I'm a little late on these. Sorry about that. But with a $9.99 super chat, yippee, Notorious GRG says, wishing you a happy new year and reaching your goal of 100,000 subscribers. Thank you so much, Notorious GRG. Appreciate it. From your lips to God's ears that we get that 100K subscribers. I want the plaque. I'm going to hang it up right over that burning fireplace or something. Thank you, Notorious GRG. Thank you very much. I do appreciate you. Rosanna, I'm having fun with donating small amounts with the pretty emojis. Yeah, it's very pretty. And it does provide some nice decoration there in the chat. Denora Balde says there's no reason to not tell the truth. I agree. MJ Daniels here. MJ, I proclaim January to be fuck DJT month, so fuck DJT. Well, we're not there quite there yet in January, but almost. We're almost in January. MJ Daniel, these people are harmful to decent, moral human society in general, not only the USA. Right, right. And there's another one, Rosanna, yippee, with another nice little 99-cent super sticker with a kitty cat. Look at the kitty cat. Reminds me of Johnny Millions, catkate.org. That's what that reminded me of. Silver Norm says, but that's saying a minority gets to decide what is the threat. Mostly Republicans and the wealthy have used the EC to defeat majorities, so working people are the threat. Well, they don't like the plebes, I guess. Butterflies are free. I think they should have talked about the border and tell the people what the Democrats were going to do about. Kamala Harris, yeah, probably more. I mean, I think she did talk about it, even at the debate and stuff. But yeah, that should have been hammered. The Democrats got to learn. One thing you can learn from Trump is he hammers the shit, whether it's the truth or the lie, and more than likely it's a lie. But he'll just say it over and over and over and over and over and over again till it becomes like people think that it's the truth. Democrats, we don't need to repeat lies, but we need to just repeat the truth over and over and over and over and over again. And we need to come out and say, yeah, we had a border bill. We had a bipartisan border bill that would have solved a lot of these problems at the border. We worked on it. We got it going. We got it through. It would have gone through, except that Trump told Mike Johnson to kill the deal. Words to that effect. That should have been on a 24/7 hour loop. Because people miss it. The masses are asses because they passes. that didn't make sense, I guess. But they don't get the truth. I mean, it takes a long time. The reason that the masses are asses is because it's a big mass, and it takes a long time for the truth to filter its way through the masses. And one of the best ways to get the truth to the masses is by just repeating a truth, a statement, and in Trump's case, repeating a false statement over and 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 over again. And finally, more and more of the masses will get the message. So we need to beat Trump at his own game, and we need to get our truth out, the truths and the facts out to the masses. You can't just say it once and go, well, I said it. Here it is. And you can pull a tape up and go, look, here I said on August 7th that, all the things that we stand for the border, I said it. You can't just say it once. You got to say it like a billion times. And I mean billion when I say, I'm not really exaggerating by much. Anthony Remimniak says, apathy is the death of any democracy. Yep. Let's not be apathetic. It requires constant gardening, right? Chris Doug says, how many non-voters are going to suffer after Inauguration Day? Made the bed of nails, now lie in it. Well, yeah, that's true. And we'll see if they make that connection. Like when all this bad stuff starts happening to them, are they going to connect it to Trump? That's the key. That's one of the key things. It's one thing to say that, they're going to feel the repercussions of a Trump presidency. No doubt about it. We all are. But will those folks that didn't vote, those folks that are unplugged, I guess, and not paying attention, are they going to pay attention when the shit hits the fan? Or are they just going to go, wow, there's really some shitty stuff going on. Well, wonder how that happened. I mean, so my point is, I guess, is we still got to be out there. And let the masses, I'm talking about the masses, that's who those folks are, in great part. When we talk about the non-voters, they're part of the masses that just don't give a fuck, or they're just preoccupied with other things. And so you and I, all of us in this chat, every single show that we watch, like Hal Sparks and Cliff Schechter and whatever, we need to make it our number one goal to get that information to the masses. And so once the shit starts hitting the fan, we need to make sure that they know where it's coming from. It's coming from Trump. Rob4419 says, I'm listening, but I believe the reason is people just aren't interested. It's the Celavi attitude of millions. Shameful, yes. Maybe selfish. I think that might be selfish out of autocorrect sucks. But Brooklyn, they lack brain cells. MJ Daniel, I am entirely out of my sympathy for Americans who voted for DJT, third party, or did not vote. They were warned. Well, we can do that. We can have that attitude, and then we're going to keep losing. I don't think we can maintain that attitude and hope to win in future elections. We need, like I said, out of that 90 million eligible voters that didn't vote, we need to tap into that. We need to find out, how do we get them interested? If we just have this attitude like, fuck you, you guys are assholes, we're going to keep losing. That's just my opinion, but I think it's pretty accurate. Marcia says absolutely, so I think she agrees with me. Denora Balde, I'm just saying I like this channel. I hope everything is okay. Well, I'm glad you like the channel, and I think we're doing okay. F. Payton says, or Faye Payton says, Drug John is funny. Thank you very much. Am I funny to you? Am I you clown? Am I a clown? Just kidding. Christina Weibel says, hello, I'm back. I'm back. Had to do something for my dad. All right, Christina, I'm glad you're back. Hope everything's going okay. Josh is going to drink one for Paul. I'm not sure what he's drinking. I've skipped down in the chat a little bit, so, Faye Payton says, Noster is where the cool kids hang out. Denora Bolde, but it's true. Chris Doug says, the worst American voter was the one that voted for Trump, believing he was going to lose. Those were the can I change my vote search crowd. Lord protect us from them. I don't think that was the case. The people that said, can I change my vote? I don't think they were voting for Trump because they thought Trump was going to lose. I think they were voting for Trump because they didn't know what a fucking ass bag he is until the day of, and they started hearing all this. Then they paid attention. I don't think it was a thing. I don't think it was a thing where they thought, oh, I'm just going to vote for him. He's going to lose anyhow. I don't think that was it. I mean, that might have been, some people did that, but I don't think that was the ones that were, Googling, is it too late for me to change my vote? I think that was a different segment, I think. David in Grand Prairie, Texas. TJ has just thrown a Xmas tree fully loaded on the fire. And Brooklyn 471 with a 99-cent super sticker. Yeah, yippee! Thanks, Brooklyn, for those cool sunglasses emoji there. Minus Kevin, I not say yippee, I say whoopee. Well, hey, whoopee, yippee, yippee dippy whoopee. Josh says life is so much easier with the truth. It is. Christina Weibel says, my dad and I are Democrats living in Florida, but we are from Massachusetts originally. Nick Rich says, you're visible, James Jaramillo. Michael McAndrews, I'd rather live with the truth. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm skipping down in the chat again, just to try to catch up to you guys. Faye Payton says, you guys need to work together. Let's work together. Rosanna says, Helikella, me too, love you. Hey, I guess Helikella if I didn't say hi to Helikella, hello, Hello, Hella Kella. There's Hella Kella. I mean, Kella Hella. Sorry, I reversed it. Kella Hella. Through line, Joe McCarthy, Roy Cohn, DJT. Michael McAndrews, this is like a rodeo, Roxanne Epstein. Can you hold on? Paul Sharkey Mannion says thanks to everybody over there. MJ Daniel, Democrats need to use social media a lot smarter. Absolutely. Let's get with it, Democrats. Come on, we are well into the 21st century. Let's get into it. Let's get into the internets. Let's utilize it. Rob4419 says, Jolie, my mom and dad were Repubs, but gone before Trump, so I haven't a clue what they would have done. Butterflies are free says that Trump was in front of a camera every day telling lies, and the next day the same thing. The media loves Trump for that. He answers questions sometimes. The Supreme Leader is disgusting. Yeah, he was out there, and I was listening to, it might have been Jink Uger. I was watching, he was on Francesca, what's her name? She's from TYT, but she's got her own thing going, and she's kind of breaking away from them a little bit. And also Brian Tyler Cohen had Jink, and I think I watched both of those. And in that, the subject came up about this, about how Trump would come out to the media and would, tout his own successes or whatever, even if it was true or not true. But he was there every day, and where Biden might not say anything. Like he could pass a great, the Reconstruction Act or whatever, the Inflation Reduction, Chips and Science Act, all these great things that we're bringing jobs back, and we can have the greatest job numbers in the world, and we're bringing back some manufacturing, all that kind of stuff, wages going up. And he might mention it one time, and then that's it. But if that was Trump, he would be out there day after day after day, just repeating it over and over and over again. And I was thinking, yeah, that's what Biden should have done. But then I thought, maybe Biden can't do that because he isn't a very good speaker. Declining health aside, he just isn't that guy, and that's unfortunate. But someone should have been out there every single day, and maybe they did. Maybe the press secretary, that Jean, whatever her name was saying it. Maybe that's not enough. I mean, I guess you need the president, but the president is busy doing president stuff. Biden was very busy doing presidential stuff, but I don't know. I just think the Democrats as a whole, they don't realize the importance of getting out in front of the camera and sort of like tooting your own horn. That it's okay to do that, because that's how you break through to the masses, is by just repeating all of your successes, all of the good things you've got going. Greatest economy in the world, greatest numbers, envy of the world. You need to repeat that over and over and over. Then you can't get humble all of a sudden. And believe me, even the Democrats, they got egos in there. They're full of ego just as much as the next guy. But this is the bad time. So this is not the good time to be a little humble little church mouse or whatever. You need to get out there and don't be afraid to repeat, having record-breaking unemployment numbers and GDP and all that stuff. That's where you need to be bold. You need to be a bit braggadocious. It's okay, Democrats. It's okay if you're a bit braggadocious about those good things that Americans want to hear, and break through. We always talk about the mass media, the mainstream media, tilting the playing field in Trump's favor or whatever, and skewing things and just covering Trump. Well, this is how you break through. is you just keep repeating it. You put it on a fucking nonstop loop. This is what we did. We did this. 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 And you don't just say it once. You say it every single fucking day. If that's apparently what it takes in order to chip into that 90 million that we were talking about earlier, that 90 million people. That's what it takes. So don't be afraid to pat yourself on the back a little bit. Toot your own horn. Be a bit braggadocious. Do it, man. I think I've just had an epiphany. I think that is the key. And a lot of people are probably saying, John, you're slow. We've been saying that. All right, I'm a little slow on the uptake. What can I say? What can I say? Yeah, like here's Butterflies Are Free. Trump was in the front of the camera every day telling his lies, and the next day the same thing. The media loves Trump for that. So, and that's what got me on that subject. And so, the Democrats, if there's one thing we can learn from Trump, if there's one takeaway, it's that we need to be in front of the camera every day, and not just Chris Murphy or whatever. I mean, we need to have like the president, and not the spokesperson, not the press secretary. We need the fucking president. And I know you're busy, Mr. President or Mrs. President in the future, doing presidential shit. But still, you could take 5 or 10 minutes out of your busy day, get in front of a camera and say, oh, wait, did I tell you about how our job numbers are looking, how our GDP is looking, how our inflation is dropping? Did I tell you about that? I heard it. I'm going to tell you again. Do it every fucking day. You can spend 10 minutes a day from your presidential duties to go out on camera and just do that every fucking day. If there's one thing we learned from Trump, it's that. In order to break through to the masses, break through this mainstream media fucking bullshit, that's what you got to do. So, future Democratic presidential nominees and hopefuls, if you're listening, I hope you heard that. There's Seha. Seha's here. Good to see Seha in the chat room. Thanks for joining us. Seha's like singing or something, I guess. I don't know. Seha says, sup, my nutty family. Sup with you, Seha. What's up with you? Laura Lee says they didn't know much about first-time voters, I bet. Yeah, because we have a whole crop. That's another thing. We have every election, we're going to have a whole new crop of first-time voters. So each election is going to be a little bit different. It's a little different than 2020, a little different than 2016, certainly, which was 8 years ago or whatever. So you have to take that into consideration. You're exactly right, Laura Lee. Let me skip on down a little bit here. Chris Doug says that Trump ripped off dozens of small contractors. Yeah, he's a rip-off artist. He's a grifter. Absolutely. Butterflies Are Free. I try and chat with the chuds, but it's impossible. But I keep trying. Most are bigots and believe all the Fox, Alex Jones, Bannon, Tim Pool, and Benny Johnson. Well, yeah, you do what you can do, but yeah, some people you are just out. They're just probably gone. I don't know. Rosanna says, do you guys think that I am chicken because I'm scared to protest by myself? I want to fight for my rights and my freedom. I don't think you're chicken. Hey, look, don't protest by yourself. Buddy system it, man. Find some buddies. Find some like-minded people. I mean, yeah, I don't think you're chicken. There's some crazy right-wingers out there, but Seha says, Nick Rich, I can't verify till I talk to the sheriff on Monday. Funny thing is, Oklahoma wants me to pay a yearly fee. Okay. So I don't know. That's mid-thread. We're mid-thread on something there. Roxanne Epstein says, I don't think you're chicken, Rosanna. There are many ways to activate yourself to make a protest happen. Killer Hella AOC does. AOC is great. She understands. Yeah, she understands the media. You know, she's a 30 something. So, and this is what we need. We need more of those folks like her coming up to take over the party. It's time for Nancy Pelosi to go. All right, Nancy, you had your time, you had your run, you did some great things. It's time for the AOCs, the Jasmine Crockett's. It's their time. Okay? And they're good. It's not like it's not like, okay, they're young, so we gotta let them in. They're good. They are very, very good. So move over, Red Rover, and let them take over. Oh, that was a bunch of over. Anyhow, Laura Lee says, I think Elon causing way more problems than Trump right now and more dangerous. Yeah, but the good thing, I think, is that they will be at each other's throats, Musk and Trump, and that will be a delight to watch. Christina Weibel says, could have sworn I saw kimchi in house chat yesterday, but I'm not sure. I think so. Maybe, I don't know. James Williams, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon to you, James Williams. Kelly Hella says, Trump has moved from word salad to straight up word diarrhea. Oh boy, what an image there. Rosanna says, MAGA is angry because they know that the election was bought and paid for by billionaires. It's not a legitimate win, in my opinion. Yeah, hey, look, if Trump loses MAGA, then you know things are really, really, really not going well in paradise for Trump. Josh says, Christina Raskin is my favorite guy in Washington. Yeah, Jamie Raskin is awesome. He's another good one. Roxanne Epstein says, are you famous, my love, at Rosanna Levinette? I should know that you do a lot of spreading the word around in cyberspace. I'm skipping on down in the chat here. I'm scrolling down a little bit. Michael McAndrews, I love Raskin. Christina Weibel says Jamie Raskin was on Jan 6 committee. Certain Democrats are doing videos on YouTube, and most of them have their own channels here. Yeah. As they should. We should utilize the technology to get the word out to the masses. Nick Rich says, I heard that MTG is going to head the Doge subcommittee. I'm not surprised. Laura Lee says the young ones are definitely coming out. Butterflies are free. Says it's definitely not safe to protest by yourself. Yeah, especially, use a buddy system. You know, Paul Shargamanian says, well, it's time for a healthy dinner. Sweet and crispy salad with southern fried chicken. That's healthy, ain't it? Ah, sure. Hey, enjoy your dinner, Paul. Thanks for being here. And I hope you get better and have a great new year. Paul Burrows, time for elk burger and rice. There you go. Seha says, laughing out loud, I'm waiting for them to get in deadlock voting for a speaker again. If they do, Trump can't be certified and we have no president. Yeah, how's that going to shake out? Yeah, that'll be interesting. Michael McAndrews says, it would be so funny if the MAGAs blocked Trump's certification. Roxanne Epstein says, I love the Sinatras. Rosanna, loved you since we met via Grateful Dead dance over chat. Rob4419, isn't Jared Miskovitz bending towards Trump now? I haven't really caught. I think I've seen little headlines of that. I haven't really um, read too much on it. Jolie says, Raw 4419. I'd love to not to talk to him. My mom has cancer. Oh, that's talking about stuff going on at home there. Yeah, Jolie's folks, especially her dad, a big, um, I guess, MAGA guy. Sayhouse says, Lebanon, Michael McAndrews, it's already a shit show. You know it's possible. Rosanna, I saw Kimchi yesterday. She's fine. Robert Tolarski, first time. I'll come back. Well, thanks, Robert. Thanks for coming here. Thanks for being here. And yeah, make sure you come back. We do the show every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. Tuesdays and Thursdays at 9 a.m. Pacific time. Thursdays at 3 p.m. Pacific time for a little House Sparks pre-show. And then Saturdays we do a House Sparks after show at about 11 a.m. Pacific time. And if you don't know who House Sparks is, I suggest you go check out House Sparks. He's right here on YouTube. Check him out. But you don't have to be a House Sparks sparkler to be here. You could be anybody. So you could be a truckler. You could be a Trucker John Truckler. But thanks for being here. Good to see you. Good to see the new folks. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share, and all that good stuff. Faye Payton, the kidney does not play. Nick Rich says Moskowitz has agreed to be on some commitments or committee. I think committees, maybe. I don't know. That's all. Big Dog says the kidney has a very special place in the heart. Wes Webb, I keep seeing my name, and I've been chatting in a different room. Wes Webb, in all honesty, I don't think anyone has mentioned you for at least a half an hour. Maybe longer. Josh says, welcome, Robert. Marcia says, Christina Weibel, seriously want to clear up our previous disagreement. I apologize to chat and mods, but not you. I am apologize now. Question: have you lived in subsidized housing? Anyhow, that's a mid-thread thing. I don't know what was going on with you guys, but I hope you guys work it out. It looks like you're working it out. So, all right, Michael McAndrews, Struckler. There you go. Combination of sparkler and Struckler. Yeah, it works. That works. Big Dog says, Wes, I knew you were peeking. Joel, you're dreaming, Wes. Yeah, we forgot all about you until you came back in. I forgot all about you. Nick Rich says attention grabbers have numerous devices. Sehal says, Wes Webb, you know I pick on you. Don't take it personally. How you doing? Wes says, no beer since Christmas, Sehal. Well, what are you guys doing for New Year's Eve? You guys gonna have a little champagne at midnight? We should do that. I was thinking about doing a live stream from here. I was thinking about actually going out on the strip. I could do a live stream from there. But I'm really just so old now that I really have no desire whatsoever to go out into that crowd. The only good thing, though, is that it's not freezing. It'll probably be maybe in the 50s or 40s, upper 40s at midnight probably, which is nice for New Year's Eve. I've been here on New Year's Eve in the past. Let's go way back to like the 80s and early 90s and the 80s. I've been here where it's been down into the 20s at night, which I know you guys in Michigan and New York, you're like, yeah, hold my beer, you know. But for us, if it got down to 25 degrees, 22 degrees, 25 degrees, 27 degrees, that's fucking cold. I was freezing my little nuts off. But thanks to global warming, we don't have those cold nights anymore, apparently. So I think it's going to be somewhere between 45 and 50 degrees on New Year's Eve. So at least it won't be, totally freezing cold out. So I was thinking about going down and maybe doing a live stream from the strip, and we could watch all the crazy people. And in theory, that sounds nice, but I just don't feel like walking around and standing and trying to find a place to sit. I just don't know. I just don't know if I'm going to do that or not. Or I could just do it from this room, and we could just, I don't know, talk about New Year's Eve. I'm still debating on what to do on that, but I'm going to do something, I guess, for New Year's Eve. And I don't have any champagne. I don't know if I want to go out and buy champagne. I think beer. Much rather buy beer. So I might just toast in and bring in the new year with a beer, if that's okay with you guys. Hella, I'm pissed. No Anchor Steam Christmas beer anymore. Oh, we're talking about beer. Yeah. Like old McAndrews, it was freaking 14 degrees here 2 weeks ago. Brooklyn, New York says I love a live with you, TJ. Yeah, and so I guess I'll probably go live, but it probably will just be from my apartment. I don't think I'm going to go out onto the strip. I don't know. I just don't feel like it doing that. I think I'm just going to stay here. So, Cynthia Walker, hey, tomorrow is Andrea's birthday. Hey, let's all wish Andrea a happy birthday. Um, happy, day before birthday, and yeah, we can go on whatever Discord, or she's got Messenger on Facebook, and wish Andrea a happy birthday. Chris Doug says rainforest for Times Square, New York City. West Webb, beer makes my gout flare up. I used to drink way too much. Yeah, watch the don't drink. Don't drink any. Simple solution. Roxanne Epstein says that's livable temperature. I don't blame you. Everyone is sick. Christina Weibel, no champagne because I quit 14 years ago, but my dad. Well, they have that sparkling apple cider stuff that sometimes we've used that. Like, when we started having kids, and me and my ex just stayed home for New Year's, and we would just bring in the New Year with the kids, and we would just get that sparkling apple cider stuff, which was, so it was still fun, and we had a little sparkling drink that kind of looked like champagne, tastes like, apple juice, but still, yeah, Christine, no champagne. 14 years ago, ordering Chinese food that day. I'll be smoking in my New Year's party. Organic ball drop in New York on TV. Well, maybe if you have multiple devices, you could watch the ball drop thing on TV or whatever, and then on some other device, you can maybe watch old Trucker John here, and we can hang out in the chat. Tony Johnson says, "I'd like to see Vegas on New Year's Eve, but do it early since I'll probably be asleep by 10." Faye Payton says, "You guys seem nice. Must not be too many TMZ or Zuckerberg people in here." Yeah, I guess not. Probably not. By TMZ, do you mean TYT? Because that TMZ is basically just sort of like Hollywood gossip stuff. Maybe you meant TYT? I don't know. Cynthia Walker says, Trucker John, let's start celebrating Andrea's birthday. Alrighty. Yay, yippee! Let's give Andrea yippee. That's about the extent that I can do. But happy birthday to Andrea. Paul Burrows says 25 degrees in springtime in the Rockies. Is springtime in the Rockies? James Jaramillo. Yeah, everybody in the chat, let's wish Andrea a happy birthday. Terrence Bunce, New York City is going to be 50-50 chance of a chilly rain on New Year's Eve. Bruce says, I live in Miami when it was in the 30s on New Year's Eve. Yeah, it was very common. Like dropping down into the 20s here in Vegas or in this area is a little less common, but it was very common for it to be in the 30s. Mid 30s. That used to be very common. Now the last few years, it's been like in the 40s, upper 40s by the time midnight rolls around. Very balmy. Hey, Mr. Spock. Hey, good to see you. Live long and prosper. And Mr. Spock is saying hello to everybody except for me. I'm just kidding. But hello, Mr. Spock. Good to see you. Spock. Brooklyn, New York. You can strip, TJ. Yeah, right. That's only for my OnlyFans. Seha says, Kelahella, in Germany, they had a brewery every other block, and on holidays, they would make goat beer to clean the vats, 18%, plus all the urinals smelled like yeast, and people crawled home. I bet. But that was a scene. Cynthia Walker, Kellahella, it's a secret. Tomorrow is Andrea's birthday. Marcia says, you're welcome at Christina Weibel, and I mean the apology. Big Dog, it's cold and raining here today, and every wet cat comes in and jumps on me. They're taking turns. Isn't that lovely? Isn't that lovely? Christina Weibel, I wished Andrea a happy birthday on Hal's chat yesterday. If you want to do it again here, you can do it again here. I don't believe that a person can ever get too many happy birthdays. Faye Payton says 69 people in the chat. I remember those days. 69. SBB's here says cooking prime rib dinner at my sister's on her birthday. We bring in the New Year's with dinner, games with kids, and watch the ball drop. There you go. SBB, good to see you. Thanks for being here, by the way. Not sure if I've seen SBB before, so welcome to the channel. And I hope you'll come back. Check us out. Faye Payton says Trigger John said ball drop. Yeah. It's a ball drop. Faye Payton, TMZ. Okay, yeah. That's what I was. TMZ. So you were talking about TMZ. Well, I don't know if we have much to worry about the TMZ crowd coming in and being trolls. Maybe the Zuckerbergers, and maybe the TYTers, but I don't know about the TMZs. Anyhow, I don't know. Josh says my dad went non-alcohol. He keeps trying weird shit. I figured just have a ginger ale or something. Yeah. It could be anything. Paul Sharkey, I'm on the wagon. Pancreas doesn't like liquor. Yeah, that's right. You had that big pancreas thing, and I remember talking about my little pancreatitis I had a few years ago. Christina Weibel says, Marsha, I'm 63 years old, spent a lot of my life on the streets. I know the system in Massachusetts more than anywhere else. Yeah, so hope things are getting better for you. Chris Doug says, Andrea, happy birthday. AM, I says, I plan to stay home and watch the ball drop while eating Chinese food and drinking a beer, and might I add, watching the Trucker John channel. Anthony Rubimniak and Andrea, for she's a jolly good fellow. Everyone, here's all the happy birthdays. AM is wishing Andrea a happy birthday. Rosanna says, Left Wing Gorilla, I know I was going to delete it, but I didn't. Sorry, honey love. I may have skipped Left Wing Gorilla being here, so let me say hello to Left Wing Gorilla if they're still here. Faye Payton, I'll be asleep as well. Have not had a New Year's Eve since 1999. Did you party like it was 1999? I guess you did. Big Dog NC, if I celebrate New Year's on New Year's Las Vegas time, I can be in by just after 9. Oh, that's right. Wait, no. When it's midnight here, where are you, Big Dog? If you're back east, then that means it'll be like 3 in the morning or something. Well, whatever. Kristen Weibel, you can't go to sleep for 4 years, Michael. You need to stay awake. That's a long time to stay awake. Oh, okay, I guess. Anyhow, Paul Sharkey Manning, I'll give you one guess what the weather will be on New Year's Eve. Yep, raining again. Faye Payton, they are, I hear. Chris Douglas, I fell asleep way before midnight, and the fireworks wake me up. Wake me up before you go. Do 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 do. And there's Jolie reminding everyone we have channel memberships, super chats, super stickers. Support the show by liking, subscribing, and sharing. And you can buy me a coffee over there. Buy me a coffee. Thank you, Jolie, for doing that. I'm just looking at the old clock on the wall here. Chris Doug, I'll be 58 in 2 weeks, but my liver is 110 years old. No more adult beverages. There's Left Wing Gorilla. Hey, TJ. Hello, Left Wing Gorilla. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us as we just sort of kick back, relax, enjoy the day. Enjoy it while we got it. The calm before the storm. You know what I mean? Faye Payton, 1999, best New Year's Eve ever. Well, that was a big one because everyone was like getting ready for the millennial or whatever, the millennia. And, like this was like 1999 was the last year before, the end of the world, I guess. So, Brooklyn, New York 471, my 9-year-old granddaughter said, I don't look 67. Does that count? Sure. Hey, take whatever you can get, man. Christina Weibel, the kidney has a special place in the heart. Michael said he wanted to go to sleep for 4 years. Oh, wake me up! Brooklyn 471 there says wham. So, yeah. Oh, wake me up before you go. Wes Webb says, I had to go without chewing on one side of my mouth for an entire year. Wow. What are you eating? I don't know. Are you talking to me? I'm not eating anything. Yeah, Roxanne, wake me up. Rosanna says, I love hanging out with Trucker John and all these cool people. We should take a road trip together sometime soon. We could all use a break. Just get a big giant bus or something, I guess. I don't know. Faye Payton, I love George Michael so much. He was a great talent, for sure. Great singer. Wes Webb, I have mild stage kidney disease, so take care of yourself, Wes. Take care of yourself. Terrence Bunce says, I bicycled down to the DC Mall to watch the Millennium fireworks celebration. Strange watching fireworks on DC Mall like the 4th of July. SBB says, usually on YouTube, on my TV, but today also on chat. Oh, that's right. Because, yeah, if you're watching on TV, you really can't chat. But if you're on your phone or an iPad or something, then, yeah, you can chat. Or even a computer, I guess. Josh, I have a van. Let's just stick as many people in that van, and let's go. Let's hit the road. Christina Weibel says, this is the only chat that people can talk to each other without the chat flying by. Well, that's because there's only 63. If it was like, most of your popular places that you go to that have like thousands of people in it, like I was on that, what's her name? That Francisca, Franny. She used to be on TYT, and now she's broken away, and she's kind of distancing herself from them because Jink and Anna are being such assholes. I forget her name. I know it's Franny or Francesca. Really cute girl. I've been watching her for years. That did not sound right. I did not mean that the way it may have came out. But she's been on with TYT, and now she's doing her own thing. I was on her because she had Jink on yesterday, and I was in that chat. And my God, I mean, unless you stopped it, you couldn't read. It was just flying by so fast. It was like, I think she had, I don't know, I think she had well over, I think 2,500 people in the chat, maybe 3,000, I don't know. But that thing was just whizzing by. So I guess the good thing about having a smaller channel is you can read the chat. Let's see. Rosanna says, we drove from Nevada, California on Thanksgiving. From Nevada to California, I guess. Anthony, you talking about me? Talking about when I did the thing? Yeah, for Thanksgiving. We went to Vegas down to Southern California. Yeah. Chris Doug, Wes. So see, Wes, you don't have to be contrarian all the time. West Webb, implants are great. No worries, Anthony. Got it fixed. Now we got to pray for Seha. Seha, Seha. Roxanne Francesca. Is that how she says her name? Um, Mr. Spock says, I actually found a pound of specialty hamburger in the freezer from a good meat shop. Better taste than regular stores. Burgers tonight. Yeah, I just had I did a delivery service DoorDash for my grocery shopping the other night. Since I don't have a car, and it's pretty hard to schlub a bunch of groceries home. So yeah, I just did it through DoorDash, but I got a bunch of was it wagyu hamburger patties. So I'll probably be having a hamburger today for lunch. Kimchi, hey Kimchi, beautiful hugs, beautiful genius, Mutter Truckers, hugs, Trucker John. Hey Kimchi, we were wondering where you were at. Hope you're doing okay today. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for joining us. Good to see you. Always good to see Kimchi in the chat. Wes Webb says, I remember saying how the most I have ever had was 2 at a time. Did you get bone grafts? Christina Weibel, I watched that video, John. Scenery was beautiful. Oh, yeah, my Thanksgiving trip, yeah. Let's see. Marsha says, thank you so much for your channel, Trucker John. You have to go to slow mode soon. Yeah, that's right. Let's make it so that I have to go to slow mode. There you go, Marsha. Wayne Goen, I had Cliff on my TV. Good old Cliff. Wes Webb just made a pizza. Peyton says, now I want pizza. That's how it goes. Mr. Spock is talking to say how about, I guess, dental implants. Michael McAndrews, my favorite is pepperoni pizza and cheese. Yeah, now we're all going to get hungry. Now we're all hungry. I'm caught up in the chat. It took me 2 hours to get caught up, and I skipped a lot of the chats. But hey, that's the way it goes. And speaking of getting hungry, I think I might go get something to eat now. I'm kind of hungry. I think we covered some stuff. We talked about the Section 3 of the 14th Amendment. Let's get that. Let's promote that. Whether it actually comes to fruition, who knows? But I think it's worth promoting and worth talking about and worth getting the message out. So spread that message far and wide. And if you can't make it to Washington, D.C. on January 3rd to the 5th, you can at least, share shows like this, share that meme, share that nowmarch.org, things of this nature. Let's get it out into the to the masses. Let's get it out to them. Let's break through this mainstream media, bias. Let's break through the bias. Break through the bias. Jolie, follow Trucker John Blue Sky. There's my Blue Sky link. Thank you, Jolie. We got the Blue Sky link going. And also, I see Jolie's got my son's channel right here on YouTube. My son does videos. And so if you want to check out my son and see what my son looks like, you can go to his channel and give him a subscription. That would be great. Hit that subscription button. Let's see, where is he up to now? We started off, he was at, I think, 41 subscribers. Now he's up to 82. So you guys, and I would say, there's no way of proving it, I guess, but I would say in large part, thanks to you guys here and my channel, we've doubled his subscription there. So he's up to 82. So if you want to go on there, give him a sub, that would be great. Christina Weibel, I shared that meme to my 500 friends on Facebook. Thank you, Christina. Thank you so much. Yeah, share it everywhere, on all your social platforms, and let's get the word out. Andrea, hey, there's Andrea. Sorry, delivering Christmas presents to patients. Well, Andrea, since you're here, hopefully you're still here. I want to wish you a happy birthday. We were talking about you. Your birthday's tomorrow, so happy birthday. If I don't see you tomorrow, and from everyone here in the chat, I extend a happy birthday to you. All right, so thanks for being here. Michael McAndrew says, I accidentally said yes when they asked me if I wanted anchovies. I thought they were like olives or something. I could not eat the pizza. I've had, I don't normally order anchovies, but I have had anchovies, and they're not that bad. It's just they're really kind of super salty. Anyhow, I think I just remember just tasting all the salt more than anything. So anyhow, Mr. Spock, yep, 100% Seha, and Dustin Hoffman, the Marathon Man. It's traumatized me as a kid, talking about dental stuff, I guess. Rosanna with another 99-cent super sticker. Thank you, Rosanna, with a nice little pretty rose. So yippee to Rosanna. Thank you so much. Helping to support the show. I appreciate you. Wes Webb says, not a big fan of anchovies. I don't even want my pizza to be in the oven that bakes anchovies. Yeah, I'm not an anchovy fan, but like I said, it wasn't as gross as I thought it would be. Says happy birthday, Christmas, New Year's, but squeezy hugs. Oh, I get you. I get it. When you reach down, you're hugging. That's. I'm not sure if I would go with that move unless I really knew the person really, really well. James Armillo says I'll pass. I guess on the anchovies, I think. Rob 4419 says mushrooms, cheese, and a hearty crust. Here's kind of I do a lot of different pizza flavors. I kind of mix it up. I'll do a lot of different ones. But kind of like my go-to one that I really like is either pepperoni, black olives, and mushrooms. Or sometimes I'll get sausage, black olives, and mushrooms. Those are kind of like my go-tos. But I like all kinds of different flavors or toppings. Christina Weibel, I like how you read the chats, John. That's kind of the show. That's the majority of the show. I read your chats back to you. Rosanna says, Kimchi, I just finished my implants. Good luck, sweetheart. It took 2 years because of COVID. Yeah, those dental implants, or it could be other implants. I don't know. Sehal says, wow, Trucker John is way behind. I'm actually caught up. Look at there. Nick Rich gifted a membership. Thank you, Nick Rich. Thank you so much for gifting a membership. I do appreciate you. And that does help the show. So thanks so much. And look at there. Chris Doug got that. So that's kind of fun. Congratulations to Chris Doug. I hope you enjoy your membership. SBB, there is something about black olives and cheese. I like black olives on my pizza. And cheese, of course. I mean, it's always going to have cheese. It's kind of like all pizzas come with cheese unless you order it without cheese, I think. Kimchi dental, way more expensive than boobs. Mr. Spock, that's what they keep asking Dustin Hoffman and Marathon Man West Webb when they torture him. I remember that. It's been a long time since I saw that movie, but that is the scene everyone remembers the most, I think. So the Walker says, I had a Supreme Pizza from a place called New York, New York. It was pretty good. Is that here in Vegas? Because I think they have a pizza place, like a chain. They might be all over the place, but I think it's called New York, New York, too here. Roxanne Epstein, gifting is so cool. I love that feature. It's exciting. And thank you, Roxanne. I do appreciate you. Andrea, listening and driving. Okay, well, drive careful. Be careful. And have a good day playing Santa today as you deliver some presents to your patients. So, Andrea playing Santa. That's always fun and exciting. Very nice. Yeah, Mr. Spock. It was an intense scene. Westwood. I haven't seen the movie Mr. Spock. My brain doesn't work anymore. That's unfortunate that your brain doesn't work. Christina Weibel, my Medicaid won't pay for implants. I had my teeth out 2 years ago. I might be able to get dentures, but I'm not thrilled about it. Yeah, it should. I think it should cover it. God darn it, I think it should. But all right, guys. I guess that's about the end of the show. Um, I'm starting to lose a little energy. I think I'm going to have to get something to eat. But I know one thing I'm not going to eat. I'm not going to eat a cookie. That's goddamn right, Trucker John. You better not be eating no cookie. Gross. Anyhow, guys, just want to say hi to everybody before Trucker John, cuts the show off and leaves me, without saying anything. I mean, what the hell? What the hell's going on with this? I used to get pretty good segments in the show. I used to sit here and just ramble on for hours and out. Well, not hours, but now I'm barely an afterthought. What the hell is going on with this show? The show has really gone downhill since there've been less and less of the old tough cookie. I gotta say it. It's been just not the same, Trucker John. You got to include me more, man. Don't cut me off like this. It's not right. The fans demand some tough cookie, and you're denying it. Don't deny what they desire. They desire the tough cookie. Oh yeah. Oh yes, they do. Don't deny it, man. I mean, anyone who comes onto the Trucker John channel and they don't get to see a little tough cookie, I'm sure they feel cheated. Don't cheat your fans. Don't cheat your chat, Trucker John. A day without tough cookie is like a day without tough cookie. All right, everybody. I just want to say hi, everybody. And I don't have anything remarkable to say. You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? I think I'm a little high right now. Me and Paul, we were over there toking one up. You know what I mean? I'm a little high. I'm a little buzzing right now. So. Oh, thanks, Tough Cookie. Just, let the cat out of the bag. Yeah, I'm a little, okay, so I'm a little high. Doesn't mean you had to tell everybody. Yeah, me and Tough Cookie, we were in the other room, just, had to go spark one up. Since Trucker John never really puts us on the show anymore. What else are we going to do? What do you expect? We're not going to just sit here and do nothing. We're going to, break out the bong or whatever. Anyhow, guys, I hope you guys have a great New Year's Eve. I imagine Tough Cookie and I and Trucker John will be around on New Year's, so we'll see you on Tuesday. Oh yeah, Trucker John just told me that he's going to have a Tuesday morning show for sure, 9 a.m. Pacific time. So don't forget that. 9 a.m. Pacific time, we'll be here. And as far as like coming back on in the evening, I'm pretty sure Trucker John is going to do it. So we'll see you then. And we'll probably pop in, say hi, wish everyone a Happy New Year's properly. A proper Happy New Year's. All right. I got to go. Trucker John won't let me get high on camera or whatever. So I got to go before Tough Cookie bogards it. Don't bogard that joint, Tough Cookie. All right, I gotta go. Bye. I thought I smelled something. I thought it was the neighbors or something. Damn it! Now I gotta spray some Ozium in the house. All right, guys, you guys are awesome. Thanks for being here. Thanks for all the new people that's been showing up. You guys make sure you like, subscribe, and share so we can get more and more new people coming in. I think most people, they love the show, and you guys, they love the chat. They love what they love is they love you. You guys love you. You don't love me. You love you, and that's fine. That's great. That's wonderful. Let's all just have a place where we can hang out. We're going to be hanging out a lot these next 4 years. I think we're going to need places where we can just hang out and chill and have a safe space, and just feel kind of I don't know, where we can kind of commiserate or whatever. And so I'll be here. I'm not planning on going anywhere, so I'll be here, and we can commiserate together in these next 4 years. We'll see what's going to happen with this January 3rd through 5th, 14th now thing. We'll see what happens. But I think it's a conversation worth having, and I think it's an issue that should be, pushed out into the mainstream. So whatever you guys can do by sharing that, liking, subscribing, sharing my show, sharing that meme, sharing that organization, I think it's a great thing. All right, guys. I guess that's it for today. But before we leave, of course, as is tradition here on the Trucker John channel, I always like to, I've been around a long time. I have life lessons that I've learned, and I've picked up some wisdom along the way. And I like to pass on a little of that wisdom to you. So I always end the show with something that I think is really something you could take with you and help better your life. And you guys can go back and watch previous episodes, previous live streams. There's a whole bunch of these. Maybe I should make a special video of all my little words of wisdom and put them on a video, because it might be easier to find that way. I've got a lot of them. So for here's today's word of wisdom, ending show word of wisdom. Okay, guys, get pen, get paper, write this down. You're gonna want to write this down probably. Okay, so here we go. So in my life, I've learned that you got
Well, it's time to say goodbye. The show has come to an end. But don't be sad, no, don't you cry. We're all gonna come back and meet again. Have some fun times, hopefully nothing too bad. We might talk about war crimes, might talk about Baghdad. I doubt we'll talk about door chimes, but if we did, I'd be only too glad. So hasta la vista, baby. The show is over, but could I ask you maybe to take a shower? No, that's not what I meant, but I couldn't think of anything to rhyme with over. Now my whole rhyming scheme is all screwed up. Oh shit, I should have stuck to truck driving, who I tried to kid. At least when I was out there driving, I could handle a skid, but doing this live stream, baby, has been a real kid. So I hope to see y'all again right here on the Trucker John live stream. We're gonna do it again and again, right here in the Trucker John live stream. Yeah, the truck come back and do it all again. No, this ain't no dream, this is where we win. Right here on the Trucker John Livestream. Know it's time to say goodbye. The show is coming in. But don't be sad, no, don't you cry. We're all gonna come back and meet again. Well, it's time to say goodbye. The show has come to an end. Don't be sad, no, don't you cry. We're all gonna come back and meet again. We'll have some fun times, hopefully. Nothing too bad. We might talk about war crimes, might talk about Baghdad. I doubt we'll talk about gold chimes, but if we did, I'd be on too glad. So hasta la vista, baby, the show is over, but could I ask you maybe to take a shower? No, that's not what I meant, but I couldn't think of anything to rhyme with over. Now my whole rhyming scheme is all screwed up. Oh shit, I should've stopped a truck driving. Who am I trying to kid? At least when I was out there driving, I could handle the skid. Doing this live stream, baby, it's been a real kick. So I hope to see y'all again, right here on the Trucker John Livestream. We gonna do it again and again and again, right here in the Trucker John Livestream. Yeah, the Trucker John Livestream. We're gonna come back and do it all again. No, this ain't no dream, this is where